Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here in the Panhandle of Florida, near Pensacola, north of Navarre Beach, waiting for my NOA 2 letter. My NOA 1 letter is dated April 18th, 2022. And I'm seeing lots and lots of NOA 2s getting approved for folks from back in March, April, and May. So, congratulations to those folks who have got their NOA 2 letters. Now, Karina is my prometida. She is at work right now in Bogota, Colombia. She's working on this Sunday, and she's the manager of ice cream stores in Bogota, way up in the Andes Mountains, 8,600 feet above sea level, where it's usually rainy and cold all the time, with the occasional sunny day. So, needless to say, I'm nice and warm in here in Florida. And lealtad y respeto. Buenos dias, senor. Good morning. Getting closer to the goal. Everybody's getting closer to their goal of getting their fiance to the United States of America so you all can get married and get your life started. And we have Effie Jacques Vlog. Good evening, sir, from Nigeria. Good evening, Effie Jacques Vlog. We're glad to have you along here on this live stream from Florida all the way to Nigeria. Now, your visa process will be in the embassy in Lagos. And we love our friends in Nigeria. And the process is speeding up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And after I get done with the live stream, after I've answered all your questions, I've got all your questions answered, I'll make a video about the NOA 2 approvals, denials, RFEs for the April folks. Hope to see you soon in Florida. We want to see you in Florida too, Effie Jacques Vlog. Come on. Get on that plane with your K1 visa in your passport. We want to see you in Florida. Markeisha Smith, good morning from Kentucky. Go Kentucky. Hi, Markeisha. My beloved fiance is in the Gambia. Gambia, okay. Gambia, beautiful country. We love everybody in Gambia. Now, it's warmer in Gambia than it is in Kentucky. It's probably warmer in Gambia than it is in Florida. But that's okay. They make great food. I love their hamburgers. Now, I know that's kind of strange, but I know Gambians make great hamburgers. Effie Jake's Vlog, my fiance is in Florida. Well, soon you'll be in Florida with your fiance. Markeisha Smith, oh yes, they have amazing food and great variety. Oh yeah, absolutely. Since starting this YouTube channel for you guys, I've learned a lot about all the different countries around the world. But besides visa processing, I've also studied their cuisine. And I love the food from all these different countries. Vanessa Robles, good afternoon, Diego from New York. Hey, Vanessa. Now, if I remember, you're in Manhattan. If I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're in Manhattan. Beautiful New York. Now, I'm reading in the news that the skyscrapers are sinking a little bit. What's up with that? What's going on, Vanessa? Tell us what's going on with New York. Vanessa, yes, that is correct. Hey, so my memory's not so bad. Vanessa, say hi to Vanessa, everybody. She is in Manhattan, beautiful Manhattan. And I am going to take Karina to Manhattan when we get to the USA. We got places planned that we're going to go to. We were thinking about going to Los Angeles. We'll see about that, but definitely we're going to go to Nevada and Utah. We want to explore Nevada and Utah, the different canyons and the desert scene. When I was in the Navy, I was stationed in New Mexico for 4 years. And I loved it in the desert of New Mexico because it was hot and dry. And now I'm in Florida where it's hot and humid. But, the K1 visas are getting adjudicated. There's about 1,400 left for the NOA 2s to be looked at for April fireless. And there's still some left over from January, February, and March. And those are the folks that we want to see get their visas approved before mine. We want to see the March folks get their visas approved and get on a plane to the USA. I'm going to make videos about the wait time for different embassies around the world. I got all that data from the State Department, and so now I'm getting an idea of how long you guys are going to have to wait when you get your MVC letter, your welcome letter, to when you can get into the U.S. Embassy and go face to face with the scary immigration officer and get your K-1 visa. Now, don't forget to get your police certificates, even though they're good. They're good for 2 years, okay? But get your police certificates. If you've received your NOA-2 letter, guys, you need to start preparing your beneficiary for the visa interview. Even though it's 3 months, 4 months, 5 months out down the road, a little ways, that's okay. Relax. You just be patient. Start getting the paperwork together. Blanca Groslin. Good morning, Diego. Good morning, Blanca. How are you, Blanca? And remind everybody where you're from, watching us. Where are you guys watching us from? We got folks from all over the world chiming in, tuning in, checking in. And if you have questions about your K-1 visa, I'm here to help you. Now, remember, this is my second K-1 visa process, so I know the process very well. So you don't need to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with an immigration attorney unless you want to. You can if you want to, but it's not necessary. Just check in with us 3 times a week and we'll get you over the finish line. I'll pull you over the finish line. Markeisha Smith. Last week, it looks like they processed 1,349 cases. Well, that's excellent information, Markeisha. So let's say we're getting through about 1,300 a week. Let's say 1,300 a week. So if they have 1,400 to 1,500 K-1 visas left for April, then by next week or in the next week or 2 weeks, then April should be wrapped up. The 80% anyway. I don't know about mine. They got a lot of stuff they got to look at in my K-1 visa. I'm telling you, they got to make sure that my first K-1 visa was cleaned up and terminated properly. And then they got to make sure my second K-1 visa was done right. So that's okay. It's just a process that we have to go through. But once you get to the USA, you get married within 90 days, then you go ahead, get your adjustment of status done, apply for your green card. And remember, you're going to get a 2-year green card first, okay? It's a 2-year green card, probationary. Once you get your green card, that's not the lifetime thing. It's not over yet. You get your 2-year green card, and 3 months before your 2-year green card expires, you look at the issue date, look at the green card, there's an issue date on there. 3 months before it expires, you apply to lift the conditions from the probationary green card for your 10-year green card, okay? So your goal is to get the 10-year green card, because then you can travel safely and freely without having to worry too much about anything. But on the 2-year green card, I don't recommend you guys leave the USA. Don't do it. Stay in America. Don't take that chance. You get that ratty immigration officer, Border Patrol guy or girl that just doesn't like 2-year green card travelers and could block you coming back in the USA. Think about it, even with the parole document. Once you get your 2-year green card, stay in America. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Wait until you get your 10-year before you go back and visit your relatives and your friends that you miss. And we got Twan Benson. Hi, Diego from Miami. I submitted my I-129F on May 17th, 2022. When do you think I'll get my NOA-2? Well, probably next month, my friend. They're still digging through April, so they got about 1,400 or 1,300. I think somebody told us in here. So probably next month for your NOA-2 letter, middle of June. And by the middle of June, I hope I got mine too. But we will see. But we thank you for watching us from Miami. Now, Miami is about 12 hours from where I live in Florida. So that gives you guys an understanding that just how big Miami is. I mean, how big Florida is. Florida's a big place. 2 time zones. I'm in Central Time Zone, and Tuan Benson is in Eastern Time Zone. So he is probably an hour ahead of me in the time zone for Florida. So it will take me 12 hours to drive from Miami to my house here in Florida, in the Panhandle, near Pensacola. But we're going to fly. Karina and I will fly from Bogota to Miami. Tuan Benson, what do you think the time frame for interviewing schedule in Vietnam? Well, let's take a look and see. And Markeisha says they are about 67% through April. So that means 33% left, which means I'm in the 33% group, which is maybe longer. Who knows? But let's take a look and see what the average wait time is for Vietnam. Okay, this is for Tuan Benson, Vietnam. Bear with me, guys. I'm not ignoring you, but I'm finding this critical information out for our friends in Vietnam. And I'm just looking through it. It's in alphabetical order, so it shouldn't be that difficult. And let me see. I got lots of information here for you guys. And so I got to go through my phone. And we have here, we're on the U, so the V must be next for Vietnam. Vietnam is, hold on, here it is. Vietnam is a bit of a wait there. It's 182 to 200 days. So you got a bit of a wait to schedule your interview in Vietnam, guys. But time is passing. The embassies are hiring more people, okay? So you're going to get there probably in less time than that. But that is as it is right now for May 21, 2023. Let's see. So Markeisha, they're 67% done April. That's great news. Thanks for sharing. Blanca Grosling, I just relocated to LA, California on February until my baby is born and my fiance gets approved. They plan to move back to Jacksonville, Florida. So you're in California right now, and then you're going to move to Jacksonville, Florida, which is on the east coast of Florida. Okay. Well, the traffic is significantly less in Jacksonville, but it's hotter in Jacksonville than Los Angeles. Los Angeles has wet, hot days, but not like Florida. So congratulations on your baby too, coming soon. Tuan Benson, I appreciate all your great information. I'm here for you guys, okay? I've been there, done it twice. I've been through this process actually 3 times. First with the K1, and she changed her mind, wanted to go back to her home country, and we were married. Then we went to the spousal visa because she wanted to come back to the Florida. Then she changed her mind again because it was too hot, didn't like the food, didn't like the clothes, and didn't want to have to learn how to drive, etc. So she didn't even go to her visa interview at the embassy. Didn't even show up. Boom! I had to terminate that. Nothing personal. Okay, she's a good person, but I had to terminate that. We're divorced now. This is my second go around. First K1, then spousal, now K1 again. Let's see here. Ashley Santana. I submitted an expedite request when I was pregnant and undergoing medical complications. That's a good reason for an expedite. They denied the request. Okay, sorry to hear that. My daughter is now 8 months and we are almost 12 months into the process. Well, we were going to wish your baby daughter a happy 1-year birthday soon. And hopefully then you'll have good news, and you will have good news. You'll be fine. Okay. And I'm sorry that you have to go through this alone with your little baby, but it will work out. It will be fine. And hi, Diego. Why the NOA2 says from 2 weeks to a month, but lasts for the K1 visa. I don't understand the question. Why the NOA2 says from 2 weeks to a month? How do you mean, Diddy? Diddy, come now. What do you mean by that? Hi, Diego. Why the NOA2 says from 1 week to a month, but it lasts for the K1 visa? I think I think you mean, does your visa, your NOA2 expire in 4 months? But no, it doesn't. If you got your NOA2, although it says it expires in 4 months, once you start processing your visa, contacting the embassy, the consular officer extends it for you so you can process your visa. Okay, I think that's what you mean. Chopper Harley, what can you tell me the wait time for Cambodia? Okay, Chopper, let's see what we got here. Okay, so at Cambodia is C, so that should be easy to find. And Cambodia should be before Colombia. And I got Cameroon, but I don't have any data, Chopper Harley, for Cambodia. No data, not yet. Okay, so I don't have any data from the State Department. But so I would say between 2 to 4 months is an average per embassy globally. But I don't have the data right now, Chopper Harley. But I'll keep checking back for you, okay? Let me see. Ashley Santana, any suggestions? Just have to wait out the process, Ashley. Wait it out. Jason Mabry, what is the average cost of the visa interview? Thank you for all that you do. Well, thanks for the question, Jason. And the visa interview cost will be when you get your NOA2 letter and then you get your welcome letter from the embassy, okay, or from MVC, excuse me. There's going to be directions on that letter how to set up a SEAC account, which is the consular processing account with the State Department to process your K1 visa. In the SEAC account, that's where you're going to pay for your visa, for your K1. That's where it's going to tell you how much it's going to be. Prices are going to change on May 30th, so I don't know what it's going to be right now. I don't want to be telling you something and then next week it changes. So just what, it can't be any more than $200 per person, honestly. Probably less than $200 per person. But wait until May 30th, and then when you get your MVC welcome letter, you can create your SEAC account, and it will tell you exactly how much it is. Okay? Jason, do you have a wait time for Ghana? Ghana, let's see. Let's see, we got Ghana. That's G. So, yeah, Ghana is 97 to 125 days. I got it right here. Right, you locked out on my phone. Ghana is 97 to 125 days. And Bud Garcia, hi Bud. What is the wait time for Thailand? Beautiful Thailand. My dad lives in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Okay, he didn't want to go through any immigration processing. He married a lady from Thailand and lives in Thailand. Been there for 25 years. When my mom died, he remarried a lady from Thailand. Let's see what we got. So that's going to be T, right? You can't trick me on that. And we'll look up Thailand. L, so it's going to be the next page. M, oh, okay, hold on, guys. S, so it's going to be the next page. And for Thailand, we have 57 plus, so 57 days plus, okay? So a couple of months for Thailand. So Bangkok's moving pretty good. And let me see, what else do we have? Markeisha Smith, any data for Dakar, Senegal? This is where my fiance will have his interview. Okay, Markeisha, let's see what we got for Senegal. So that's S. And let me see, Senegal. I'm looking. I'm on the right page. I just don't have any data yet for Senegal, okay? But I'll investigate it for you. Check back. We have the next live stream on Wednesday next week. Then we should have some more information from these folks, okay? So no data for Senegal yet. I'm sorry, Markeisha. Red Rio. Hi, Diego. Hi. Hello, Diego. Hi, Red. Question, how we will know which service center our application is assigned. Okay, 93% of all K1 visas are going to the service center in California. And I bet in a year from now, every K1 visa will be going to California. But if you want to know where your K1 visa went, which service center it went to, in your receipt number, there are 3 letters, okay? You got your 13-digit receipt number. The first 3 digits are actually letters, and California will say WAC. So if your receipt number starts off with WAC, then your K1 visa package went to California. Now, I made a video. If you subscribe to the channel, I don't know if you did. You don't have to, but if you did, it's easier to find the videos. I made a video on receipt numbers and how to identify where your K1 visa package went to. Okay, so go on, check down through the videos, look for a receipt number, the receipt number video, and it will tell you what the Texas, if it went to Texas, if it went to Vermont, if it went to Nebraska, etc. It will. I made a video on how that is explained. But WAC is California. And Markeisha, no problems. Okay, Markeisha. Omar, how many days does it take for the interview in Turkey? And I know that it's 55 to 100 days for Turkey. Red Rio, thanks for the reply. No problem, Red. If more than likely your K1 visa went to California, and you look on your NOA1 letter, grab your NOA1 letter and look for the receipt number. If it says WAC, then your K1 visa went to California, like just about everybody else's is going to California. If a visa requires extra attention because there may be some stuff in there that immigration need to look at real hard, it will go probably to Vermont. Okay, so understand that if there's some kind of felony or criminal record in there, if you have you got like 50 speeding tickets in the past, they want to investigate you a little deeper. Your visa will go to Vermont. But 93% of all K1 visas go to California, including mine and Karina and mine. But that's okay. I know you guys, you see that California has a 16.5 month waiting list, but it's not. It's actually, that's for 80% of all cases, okay? The wait time is actually 12 to 13 months as of May 21, 2023. And Red, how about Abu Dhabi? How long it takes for the visa interview in Abu Dhabi? Well, let's see if I got any information on Abu Dhabi. That begins with A, so that's easy to check. I'll just go to A, Abu Dhabi. Now, Abu Dhabi, is that, I think that's a city, right? Is that in, what's the name of the country? Or is Abu Dhabi a country? I don't remember. Let me know, Red Rio, if that's a city or a country, because I don't have anything for Abu Dhabi here. So let me know which country that is. Edward Tubman Jr. Hi, Diego. Thanks for informing us. Hey, Edward, glad to help you guys. Yeah, that's right. United Arab Emirates, UAE, Abu Dhabi. Come on, guys. You got to help me out here. There's 160 plus countries, and I've memorized most of them. So UAE, beautiful, our friends in the United Arab Emirates. We love you guys. And then we're going to see what the time frame is for UAE. And that would be 61 to 91 days. So it's pretty quick. UAE is processing K1 visas pretty quick. Okay, Red? I figured that was a city. You tripped me up. You got me. Red tripped me up. He tricked me. He got me. Let's see. Edward from Liberia. Well, we're glad you're watching us from Liberia. Now, that's on the east coast of Africa, I believe. West coast. That's on the west coast of Africa, right? Liberia? Correct me if I'm wrong. Beautiful country. And when Karina gets to the United States, we'll get married on Navarre Beach. And our wedding officiant is Captain Bill. Okay? Captain Bill. I'm going to get him all dressed up in his captain's uniform. Boat captain. We'll get married on the beach, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go to eat at a restaurant on the beach in Navarre, in Florida, Santa Rosa County. Fantastic restaurant. Invite our friends. You guys are all invited. Okay, we'll make a little video about it so you don't miss the wedding. But first, we got to get the NOA2 letter, and then when we get that, we got to get the MVC processing done. The welcome letter. And all that, the case number, the invoice number. And then it goes to U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. Then it's going to take me about 2 months to get an interview scheduled in Bogota. 2 months. Not too bad. It's harder for me to get a medical appointment for Karina than for a visa interview. So I guess the doctors there are busy with other people. But that's okay. So we'll have a shout out to Edward in Liberia. Don't forget, let us know which country you're messaging us from, which city. We got New York, Miami. Now it's going to be hot in Miami, guys. It's hot here in northern Florida. I'm in northwest Florida, and so it's got to be hot in Miami. But they got the best restaurants down there for a Cuban food. The best Cuban food in the world is in Miami. And if people in Cuba watching me get mad, I'm sorry, but I like Cuban food that's made in Miami. I've never been to Cuba, so I shouldn't make that statement, but that's just my opinion. Twan Benson, it's super hot in Miami. Oh, yeah, it's super hot. You got your AC going? Lugly, my NOA2 expired on August 10th. That means that the interview will be before that date. No, it doesn't. No, your NOA2 doesn't expire as long as you are in touch with the embassy. Okay? Your embassy interview will be whenever you can schedule it. Whenever you can get an open date slot. If it's past August, okay, it could happen. But no, that's not correct. So your NOA2 letter, although it says it expires in 4 months, remember, these letters are printed pre-COVID. Before COVID hit, you could get your visa interview scheduled, your medical exam done, all within 3 or 4 months, if not sooner. So that's why that's on the letter, 4-month window of expiration. But because we're in the COVID, we've just survived COVID, we should get our T-shirts. I survived USCIS COVID visa processing. Maybe I'll make some. But as long as you're in touch with the embassy, okay, the consular officer will not time you out on your NOA2 letter. Bud Garcia, does it take a long time to get a medical appointment in Thailand? Bud, I don't know. Bud. What I would do is have your beneficiary or you find out which medical doctor is approved by the U.S. Embassy in Bangkok, Thailand, to conduct medical interviews, and call the doctor and ask. That's what I did. I know where the doctor is in Bogota who's approved to do the embassy medical exams. So Karina called him up. She even took a trip to his office, but he was too busy to talk to her. So we just didn't bother talking to him because he's so busy. But, just call. So for Thailand, Bud, I don't know. Probably not a long time. Benny Yao. Hi, Benny. Hello, Diego. I'm on today. Well, good. We're glad to have you here. Sorry I could not attend the other live chats. No problem. You have a life to live too, Benny. No problem. I watched them all. Well, thanks for watching them later on. There's good information in there. Thanks for all you do for us. Waiting for my NOA2. Fingers crossed. So your NOA1 letter was April 20th, 2022. Okay, Benny? So ours was April 18th, 2022. And one of our viewers, our wonderful viewers, said that 67%, I think it was, of NOA2s have been approved already or processed. So we got about 30% plus left. So we're in that 30% plus carryover for April. I probably won't get an approval till June. I might not see anything till June or July because my visa package is so complicated. And there's a lot of investigation that's got to be done. And immigration will look under every stone. And I expect them to, and I hope that they do. That's what they're paid to do. And there's been quite a few denials too. Now, you guys are not going to get denials. You guys are on the channel here. You follow the videos, so you're not going to get your visas denied. But there's some folks, who didn't meet their fiance in person, who making stupid mistakes on the I-129F, getting their visas denied. USCIS has made about $160,000 in profit from people that paid for their K-1 visa and got it denied. That's a lot of money. USCIS made $160,000 from folks whose visas were denied. And why were they denied? Because they made stupid mistakes, silly mistakes that should never have happened. Okay. And now they got to go back and reapply. Do it again. So Beanie Yao, hang in there, okay? Not much longer for you. Blanca Grosling, I hope you both get good news soon. Oh, we hope so. We hope everybody in here gets good news too soon also. And, Chopo Harley, you're watching us in Cambodia. I'm going to keep checking on Cambodia for you, okay? And for Senegal and for those countries, those folks who asked me about the time frame for visa interviews at embassies, I'm going to get to work and investigate it for you, okay? Don't worry, I'm not going to forget you guys. Blanca Grosling, true, all of us, yeah, everybody. Cambodia, yeah, Cambodia. I know Chopper Harley, you're in Cambodia. I know where you're at. I made a video for you about Cambodia, I think. I think you watched it. I think you liked it. I got videos to make on Morocco, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Uganda, Switzerland. But Switzerland has, I see zero K1 visas processed for people in Switzerland. So apparently people in Switzerland are not dating Americans. Who knows? Japan, Belgium, Taiwan, and Burma. I'm going to make a video about Burma. The U.S. Embassy in Burma, otherwise known as Myanmar, but the U.S. government doesn't recognize the name Myanmar. It's Burma. They have basically shut down all B2 visa processing. So if you are a tourist in Burma, you can't get a tourist visa at all right now. Okay. And Binny Yao, can you add Ivory Coast? Yeah, absolutely. Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is that? Yeah, I'll put it down here. Ivory Coast. Boom. No problem, Binny Yao. It's a beautiful country, the Ivory Coast. Now, I've been to Africa. I've been to South Africa years ago. I was there. I've been to North Africa, Egypt. Egypt is in the Middle East, but actually it's in North Africa. I don't know, North Africa, Middle East. I've been to Egypt 4 times. Been to the pyramids 3 times. And I ate some of the best corn on the cob in Alexandria, Egypt, walking down the seafront. So if you guys are watching us from Egypt, I loved your corn on the cob. You're amazed. The folks, the vendors cooked that perfectly when I was there in Alexandria. And it was hot at night. I was in Alexandria, Egypt, like around 10 o'clock at night, looking for food like normal. And it was so hot. Woo! I was sweating. I tell you, I didn't realize just how hot it was there. Farias Hassan. Hey, Farias. Hi, Diego. So if the USCIS sent the NOA-1 letter, does that mean that nothing was wrong with the package and they're processing it? You're right, Farias. If you got your NOA-1 letter, that means you didn't mess up the K1 visa package. You didn't mess it up. So now what they're going to do is the folks in California, more than likely, are going to look at it and go to the next step to make sure you didn't make any other mistakes, which I'm sure you didn't. But if you made a few boo-boos, they'll send you an RFE so you can get a chance to fix it. Fatuma Abdo. Hey, Diego from Ethiopia. Hey, Fatuma. How is everybody in Ethiopia? Now, that's a big country you guys have. Ooh, it's a big country. But I'm going to have to travel and explore Africa when Karina is an American citizen. When Karina gets to the United States of America, she'll get her 2-year probationary green card. Then we'll file to lift the conditions so she gets her 10-year green card. And then right after that, a year after that, we're going to apply for her citizenship. So she better learn English, okay? Because everything's in English. Unless you're a certain age. I think if you're over 55 years old, you don't have to take the citizenship test in English. You can take it in Spanish or whatever. But she's young, so she better be learning English. When she becomes a citizen, we're going to travel around different countries and visit all these different countries that you guys live in. Okay? Faris Hassan, thank you so much for that info. That was on my mind a lot. Faris, you're good. Your K1 visa package is good. It's in process. Okay? If they didn't send it back, if you didn't get a denial, if you got an NOA-1 letter, you didn't mess it up. Now they're going to look at it again and get you your NOA-2 letter and get you off to the embassy for your beneficiary. Denise Jefferson. Hey, Denise. Morning, Diego. Why do you need to get an updated police certificate at the time of NOA-2 if it's valid for 2 years from the date of issuance? You don't have to. You don't have to do that. It's good for 2 years. You don't have to do it. But I'm going to do it because immigration officers are new. We got lots of new people all around the world in embassies. We got lots of new people at USCIS. Now, the State Department says a police certificate is good for 2 years. But, what if you get an immigration officer who doesn't know that? He's brand new, second day on the job. And he sees, he might go with the country's issuance date. So I'm just going to do it to cover myself. It's probably not necessary, and I'm probably being overprotective, but I'm going to do it. But you don't have to. Fatuma, does it take long for my NOA 1 April 7th? Okay, so you're April 7th, 2022, Fatuma. So probably by this month or next month, you should be hearing from immigration for NOA 2. Okay, August at the latest, but June, July, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow you might get your approval. Don't be nervous. Relax. Do this. Relax. You're good. Let me see. I got to remove that right there. 1 second. I can see you guys again. Cruz, JYE 2202. Hey, Diego, they approved my K1 visa on April 19th, 2023. Congratulations. Now, how long do you have to wait for the MVC? 3 months, at least, Cruz. 3 months. So April, May, June, July. So middle of July, end of July, you'll be hearing from the MVC. Red Rio, Diego, I received my NOA 1 December 1, 2023. So how long process for NOA 2? Well, December. So middle of this. Now remember, December is Christmas for immigration. It's Christmas. It's Christmas time. So so things are going to slow down a little bit during Christmas of 2023. So you got your NOA 1 December 1st, 2022, right? Not 2023. We haven't got to 2023 yet. So Red, you got your NOA 1 December 1st, 2022. You should be hearing from immigration probably by November, December, or January 2024. Okay. Denise Jefferson, Diego, do you know if the minimum income requirement is before or after taxes? It's on whatever on page, it's on line 10 or 9 of your 1040, which is before taxes. It's your total income for the year. What you make total for the year, which goes on your 1040, line A, line 9 or line 10, somewhere in there. That's what they look at. Okay, then you pay your taxes, and I hate paying my taxes, but I don't hate it. I know it's necessary to run the country, but it could be less. Jacqueline Guerrero, I got my NOA 1 April 5th, 2022. Okay, so you're close, Jacqueline Guerrero, you're close. This month, next month, you'll be hearing, hopefully. Oh, okay. You got your NOA 2 May 10th. All right, there you go. Dominican Republic. Beautiful Dominican Republic. I got lots of people watching us from the Dominican Republic. And I made a video about the Dominican Republic for you guys in that beautiful country to help you with immigration questions and information. Chopper Harley, can you recommend a beach resort in Florida? Well, absolutely, I can do that. I recommend Fort Walton Beach. Okay, you can rent boats there, and the beaches are beautiful. The food, the restaurants are fantastic in Fort Walton Beach. That's Pensacola is okay, but it's too busy, too much traffic. The traffic's horrendous. So I recommend Fort Walton Beach in the Panhandle. I recommend, let me see here, southern Florida, Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is good, but it's very expensive. The hotels are crazy expensive in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is a very expensive place, but the beach resorts are good. I would go to Fort Walton Beach if you want to go to Florida, Chopper Harley. GS, good afternoon, Diego, from a very Floridian, warm UK. Yeah, it's cold in England. Hopefully not. Good to see you. The part on the K1 visa form, you instruct beneficiary income set 0. Why is that important? Okay, you're talking about the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support. The I-134 has got nothing to do with you, the beneficiary. The I-134 is all about the sponsor. The sponsor has to prove to the immigration officer at the embassy that he or she can financially support the beneficiary. So the immigration officer couldn't care less about how much money or how much income or assets the beneficiary has. It's totally irrelevant on the I-134. It's irrelevant. What the immigration officer wants to see is, What does the sponsor make? How much money does he make? The immigration officer is going to go to that one section that says how much is he going to help support the beneficiary. The total amount for the year will be how much he or she makes in a year. That's the number he's going to look at, or she. Okay? The information about the beneficiary is irrelevant. They don't care. They don't care. You don't even sign the I-134. The beneficiary does not sign the I-134. The beneficiary will sign the adjustment of status in the United States, I-864, okay? So don't worry, GS, you don't have to include anything about your mansion in London, okay? And it's the immigration don't care. They don't care. They care about your future husband, and he better be up, above the income level. Okay, GS, okay, I got you. What if the officer asks my millions? Then he's hitting on you. He wants to know how much you got, how much money you got. He likes you. He won't ask you that question, GS. You're going to be all the questions will be based upon your relationship with your fiance and how much money he makes, basically. Tuan Benson, Hollywood, Florida is as great as. Okay, Hollywood, Florida for a Chopper Holly. Hollywood, Florida is a good place to go also. I've driven through Hollywood, but I've never stayed there. Jacqueline Guerrero, good pronunciation with my last name. Love your positive vibe about the whole process. Jacqueline, thank you. We're going to get everybody across the finish line. We're going to get you your visa, and we're going to help you get your visa and get you in the United States. We're going to get you here. GS, haha, phew. GS, everybody, GS is in England, in London. And I wish her well because it's probably raining. And it's probably going to be raining tomorrow too. But that's okay. I love England. It's a beautiful country. Jacqueline, my NOA2 has an expiration date, 5/8/2023. What does that mean? Don't worry about it, Jacqueline. If you got your NOA2 letter and you are processing the visa with the embassy, the immigration officer understands that you are in process of a visa, okay? So the 4 months becomes extended by the consular officer. The U.S. consular officer will extend your 4-month window of time on your NOA2 automatically. And when you pay the visa fee, when the visa fee is paid, then it's a 1-year extension automatically. Immigration officers know that it's a tedious, slow administrative process putting together a K-1 visa package. Okay, so relax. Your 4 months you're not gonna time out on your NOA2 letter. I promise you. Benny Yao. High five, Benny Yao, super chat. Thank you, Benny. Woo, that's a generous one, too, right there. Karina, well, Benny, you shouldn't have done that, but we appreciate it. You guys, thank you. Benny Yao, thank you. High five, Benny Yao, super chat, super chat. We appreciate that. So, GS, don't worry about the immigration officer asking about your millions of dollars, okay? He doesn't care. He wants to know the millions of dollars that your future husband has. That's all he cares about, or she. So, yeah, phew. Let's see. Benny Yao, thank you so much for that super chat. That makes me feel good. You are so generous. Guys, I'm saving you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in immigration attorney fees. And it's my pleasure to do it. I'm glad to do it for free. And I will continue to do this long into the future to help you guys. So I'm not going to leave you when I get my NOA2 letter. Okay, hopefully sooner rather than later. When I get it, I'll keep making the videos for you guys, okay, and helping you through this process. When I go to Colombia, when I get my NOA2 letter, I'll stay here a month or two. Then I'll fly to Colombia and hang out with Karina. If my Colombian visa times out, it's only good for 3 months. Then I'll leave Colombia, fly to Brazil, or fly to Panama for a week or a weekend, and then fly back to Colombia. Then my visa gets re-stamped in my passport for another 3 months. And then I will max out my time in Colombia as 6 months. But that should be enough time to get Karina's visa in her passport and get her on a plane from Bogota to Miami, beautiful Miami. And when we're in Miami, we're going to have our cat, Tokyo. We got a cat. We rescued a cat. Well, I didn't. Karina rescued a cat in Bogota. And now the cat runs the house, basically. His name's Tokyo. Beautiful cat. and very, very friendly and very, come jump on your lap. Most cats I've encountered in my lifetime have been shy or timid, timido, and won't let you pet them. But this cat will let you pet it, jump on, rub its tummy, everything. So Tokyo's coming to the United States with us, and Karina tomorrow, she's going to be looking for a little maleta, like a little cat carrier, so that Tokyo gets his ride to the United States. Now, the Tokyo Wild Cat doesn't need a K1 visa. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need a passport. Doesn't need to go in front of an immigration officer. Okay, but he will probably need cat vaccinations and a health certificate. So immigration will let him in immigration in Miami. And then I'm probably going to rent a car and drive Karina and I and the cat from Miami to our house here in the Panhandle. It's a 12-hour drive, but Karina gets to look at all of Florida from the south to the north. I might even take a trip down to Key West so she can see it. Let me see. Sergio E. Leon M. Greetings, Diego. I'm back in Houston from Colombia. Me alegra. Tu viaje bien? Bueno. And Honduras. You went to Honduras too. Colombia was amazing. Very nice people there. My fiance and I had an awesome time. That's right. Your fiance is from Honduras, and you went to Colombia on vacation. Colombians are beautiful people. They're wonderful people. All South Americans, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Brazil. Brazil's Portuguese. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, caring people. I hope I didn't miss a country. If I did, forgive me. Central America too. Now, Panama used to belong, it didn't used to belong, but Panama used to be a part of Colombia. Okay. And I believe in 1903, Panama seceded from Colombia and gained its own independence, which is great. So Colombia became a standalone country. It's no longer part of Colombia. And Panama's currency is the US dollar. It's the US dollar. So when I'm in Panama, I can spend dollars in Panama, which is great. I don't have to look for a change machine or a cambio. Let's see. Jacqueline Guerrero. Let me see. Jacqueline, are you and Karina are planning to fly together for the first time once her visa is approved? We've flown together many times in Colombia, Jacqueline. Karina and I, we flew from Bogota to Cucuta on Avianca Airlines. We had a vacation in Cucuta for about, it was like a weekend, 3-day weekend in Cucuta. Beautiful town. I was so sick and tired of being cold and wet and cold and rainy in Bogota. I said to Karina, hey, what's the warmest place in Colombia right now? She said, well, Cucuta is nice and warm. So I flew to Cucuta. And then in February of last year, I got sick and tired of I was in Colombia. I just got my visa to live in Colombia from the Colombian government. And I got sick and tired of the cold again. I don't like cold weather, guys. So Karina and I, we flew to Cartagena on the west coast of Colombia on Avianca Airlines. So we have flown together twice. And so this will be our third airplane trip together. Maybe my fourth, because when I go back to Colombia, when I get this NOA2, I will probably get cold and whiny again in Bogota, and we're going to fly somewhere again. I might take her back to Cucuta. Who knows? But it's warm there, and the restaurants are great, and the food is awesome. Let's see here. So this will be my third airline trip, Jacqueline, with Karina. Jason Mabry, we are thinking about getting married and vacation in Destin, Florida. What is your opinion? I want to show my fiance the best beaches in Florida. Fort Walton Beach, Destin, Blue Mountain Beach, Miramar Beach, Panama City Beach are beautiful beaches, Jason. Destin is expensive. It's expensive in Destin for hotels. So what I would do is go to Fort Walton Beach and then rent a car and then drive to Destin. Fly into Fort Walton Beach, fly into Fort Walton, and then stay in Fort Walton where the hotels are very expensive, and then travel around. Go visit Panama City Beach, visit Destin, go visit these. Destin's kind of like the Beverly Hills of the Panhandle, so it's a little expensive. Diego, hold on, let's not miss Sergio y Leon M. My best friend here in Houston is from San Cristobal, Venezuela. Salute to your friend, mucho benedicciones, Sergio. Venezuela, beautiful country. I wish I could go visit. The people are beautiful and wonderful, but the government not so much. So the State Department is telling me I can't go to Venezuela because I could get arrested for being American, not by the people, by the government. So I'll just wait it out with Karina, and in the future go to Venezuela when it becomes a free country. Right now, it's not really a free country. It's controlled by a dictator. Oh, well. Let me see. Tuan Benson. Is it true that the U.S. Embassy may waive visa interview for K-1 visa in Vietnam? No. No visa interviews are being waived for K-1 visas anywhere in the world. Everybody gets a face-to-face, okay, on a K-1. B2 tourist visas, if you have a B2 tourist visa and you're going to renew your B2 tourist visa, let's suppose they're good for like 10 years, and you're going to renew your tourist visa, then you can waive the face-to-face. The immigration don't have time. They know you've been a good tourist. You've been back and forth to the United States on your B2, and you didn't abscond when you got to the United States. You came back to your home country. They'll waive the face-to-face, okay? But not for the K-1. Vic Voletti. Hello, Diego. Always wishing the best for you and your fiance. I recurrence. Vic, also to you. Gracias. Everybody in here we wish success to, which you will. Jacqueline, nice. Thank you for sharing. My fiance and I have a 15-year age gap. Okay, no problem. What are your thoughts on that? It's no problem. The only thing to worry about at the interview, okay, is if your relationship is a fake, a fraud, because immigration are looking for fraud and fake relationships. If your relationship is real, you're good. The immigration officer is going to know. By when you submitted your K-1 visa package, the immigration officer will get it at the embassy, and we'll look at it, and he will know within 2 minutes the status of your visa, and then he'll look at your DS-160, your or her, she will. You're good, don't worry. My first beneficiary, my first K-1 visa that I went through, I was 22 years older than my beneficiary. Okay. Age gap's got nothing to do with anything. The only time you need to worry, the only people that need to worry about anything in a K-1 visa is if it's a fake fraud relationship, if it's not real. Those are the people that need to worry. If you are in a real, my friend is a doctor, okay? He lived here in Florida for 30 plus years, and then he relocated to California. He married a lady from Medellin, Colombia. My doctor friend was 70 years old, and his wife now is 30 years old. So they had a 30-year age gap, and he got approved, and they've been married for 6 years, and they got 2 kids. Denise Jefferson. Woo, super chat, muy grande, gracias. Thank you, Denise. That's a fantastic super chat right there. You and Benny, I tell you what am I going to do with you guys? My heart appreciates you for your generosity. Makes me feel good, okay? Remember, I'm not selling houses. I'm making videos. It's my decision. It's my choice. But I want to make sure you guys get your visas and save you money. Okay, it will cost you $5,000 or $6,000, $4,000 to $6,000 for an immigration attorney. Don't spend that money. Don't do it. Follow the videos. Come on, join the videos, follow the videos, and we're going to save you a ton of money. Denise, thank you so much for your super chat generosity. Benny Yao, also, thank you so much. Much appreciated. And what we probably do with I'll use some of the super chats to help with the utilities, but I'll also donate some of that money maybe to the orphanage in Colombia. We'll figure it out. There's kids in Colombia without moms and dads, and I feel sorry for those kids, okay? So, but thanks, Denise. And Benny Yao. Benny Yao, that's not your first super chat. I don't forget. Denise, your live chats are priceless. Well, thanks, Denise. We're going to keep everybody motivated, and we're going to keep everybody. You go in these Facebook groups and you get down and negative, all these crying eyes. No, this is a fantastic experience for you, for your beneficiary, for your future husband and wife to leave his or her country and come to the United States and start a life with you in the United States. It's a fantastic experience. It's a good experience. Don't let immigration officers scare you. Don't let immigration attorneys scare you. And don't let negative, toxic people in all these groups, Facebook groups, keep spouting off all this negativity. Don't read that stuff. Don't do it. You're going to get your K1 visa, okay? You will get it. Twain Benson, super chat, muy grande, muchas gracias. Thank you, Twain Benson. You guys are, I don't know what we're going to do today. I'm going to retire today. All these super chats, I'm just going to retire. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Dwayne Benson. Muchas gracias. From Miami. Let me see. Ashley Chavez, what should we expect after the K1 visa is approved? Then you got to wait for the NVC to send you the welcome letter. Then you start processing your visa. You schedule your visa interview, you pay the visa fee, and you start getting all the documents together, okay, for your face-to-face visa interview. Your sponsor, and you got to get that I-134 form, the original, to your beneficiary. Copy of your passport, tax returns, tax transcripts, W-2s, 1099s, photographs of you guys together. Don't forget, also, you got to have 2 new second letter of intent to get married. So here's what happens, right? I hope that answers your question, by the way. That's the process. You start getting your documents ready for the visa interview. And let me see here. Vic Voletti, appreciate all your videos. I received my NOA1 letter in January. Okay, great. And I can't believe I didn't notice earlier, but my mistake. Under mailing address, I put a 5 to the last digit of my zip code instead of 0. Okay, but you got your NOA1 letter, right? You messed up the zip code, but you got your letter. So the post office knew you messed up, but they knew where you really lived. So you're good. The living address is correct, but the mailing address has the mistake. The NOA1 letter made it to my house. There you go. Good. See, the post office covered you, man. They got you covered. Vic. Benny Yao, Diego, please continue the videos even after you get your K1 visa approved and Karina's in Florida. Your videos are truly priceless. Thanks again. Benny Yao, I'm going to do these. I'm going to keep these videos going until I'm too old to do them. Okay? When I'm in my wheelchair and I need Karina to make me my cereal, that's when I'll quit doing the videos. No, I'm not going to quit making the videos. I'm going to make videos. Even when I'm in Colombia with my prometida, my beautiful Karina, numero uno en mi vida, when I'm with Karina in Bogota, I've got a fantastic super laptop that I bought in Bogota, okay? And I can do live streams from my apartment with Karina in Colombia. And then when I'm going to take her on vacation somewhere, maybe we'll go to, I don't know, somewhere warm, because I can't stand the weather in Bogota. I can't stand that cold weather. We'll go somewhere warm, and we'll bring the laptop along, and then we'll make YouTube live streams from there. But I'm not going to quit making the videos, okay? I'm having fun doing it, and I'm helping a lot of people. I helped Jackson, a gentleman named Jackson. I helped him get through this visa process, and I think in 2 weeks he's flying to El Salvador, I believe it is. It's either Honduras or El Salvador. I think it's El Salvador, picking up his fiancée and bringing it to the USA. He's been with the channel for a long time. He followed the videos. He understood the process. He followed the videos. He didn't pay an immigration attorney $5,000. He saved all that money. Now he's bringing his fiancée to America in 2 weeks. Jacqueline Guerrero. I don't want to mess up your name now. High five super chat from Jacqueline. Thank you so much. You are so generous. Jacqueline, thank you. I appreciate it. No, I'm not going to retire on the super chats, guys. I appreciate you very much for your generosity. And I'm giving to you my time and my knowledge. Gratefully, I give you my knowledge because I've been through this nightmare before. But now I learned that it really wasn't a nightmare. The first time I went through it, it was a nightmare because I didn't know what was behind every corner. I'm going through a maze of immigration. Here. Boom, I got an RFE. I was terrified. What did I do wrong? There was no big deal. I didn't tell immigration where I met my beneficiary online first time around. So I went through this process with gray hairs coming out of my head. But I figured once my first beneficiary got her K1 visa and her passport, and we're at the embassy, I'm like, why did I worry so much? Why did I worry? It was no big deal. It was easy. I worried about nothing. All the gray hairs were created from things going on in my head that never happened. So I put the channel together for you guys because I'm going through this again for myself, but I did put it together for you guys because I know that you guys are scared and you're worried and you're stressing, and I want to help you through it so that when you get your fiance to America, you will feel that it was a much better process than you imagined it would be. Okay. Jacqueline, yay, please help those children in Colombia. I'll do that. I'll give some of the money to the orphanage. It's called the Fatma orphanage in Bogota. I'll give some of the money to the orphanage for the kids. Lots of kids with no moms and dads in Colombia. And I see it. I've seen it. It's horrible. I can't stand it. Let me see. Tuan Benson, Diego, I just give them a standard letter of intent to get married. No, Tuan Benson. You want to write a fantastic, original, beautiful second letter of intent to get married, and your beneficiary must write a beautiful, original second letter of intent to get married in his or her language of her country. Okay, so Karina will write her second letter of intent to get married in Spanish. And included in that letter of intent to get married will be, we've been dating together now almost 3 years. We still love each other. We are both legally free and able to get married. I promise you, Mr. Immigration Officer, that I will marry my sponsor, Diego, within 90 days of entering the United States as required by congressional law, and then sign it and date it. And I will write the same letter, from Diego to the U.S. Embassy, Bogota, Colombia, reference petition for K1 visa, fiance, reference Karina, her name, address, etc., my name and address, phone number, etc. And I have to include in this document that I am legally free and able to get married, which I am. I'm divorced. Karina's single, never married. I promise immigration at the embassy, U.S. Embassy, Bogota immigration section, that I will marry Karina within 90 days as per congressional law, and that I'm an American citizen. I put in there, I'm an American citizen. Karina will write in her letter of intent to get married, I am a citizen of Venezuela, but a legal resident of Colombia. Identify your nationality, promise to marry in 90 days, state that you are both legally free and able to marry, state that you both love each other and you are still wanting to get married to each other, and include in there how long you guys have been together, because a year would have passed, right? When you submitted the first letter of intent to get married, that was for me, 13 months ago? So 13 months has passed, right? So I got to add up all that extra time. So now it's going to be closing in on 3 years instead of 2 years. Do you see what I'm saying? Thank you so much. You're welcome, Tuan Benson. Thank you for that super chat, my friend. Jacqueline, also, thank you for that super chat. And Bini Yao, all you guys. I want to give some of that money to the orphanage in Colombia. Okay, when I fly to Bogota, Karina and I will make a trip to the orphanage. Come on, guys, throw some more questions at me. I've been talking for an hour. And I'm glad to help you guys. So I'm going to pull you over the finish line. Okay, Denise. Let's see here, Denise. Okay, and Diego, can my beneficiary do an interview in Abuja, or is everything handled in Lagos? For Nigeria, I'm 99% sure that it is in Lagos, the embassy in Lagos. I'm 99% sure, but I'll double check. Okay, that's where the embassy interviews are. Marcos Rocha, hi Diego, what happens if the country where my fiance, Venezuela, resides does not have a U.S. embassy? Okay, also do all embassies have Spanish-speaking officers? Okay, if your fiance lives in Venezuela, does she live in Venezuela? Is that what I'm saying? Let me read it again. Hi Diego, what happens if the country where my fiance Venezuela? Okay, Marcos, your fiance will have her face-to-face visa interview in Bogota, Colombia. Okay, Bogota, Colombia. So Karina is from Venezuela. Make sure you get your beneficiary, get your beautiful fiance, get her passport, get her a new passport, get her a 10-year passport. Make sure that the power is on in the embassy in Caracas, in the office space. It's hard to get a Venezuelan passport. If it's expired, it's no problem. She can travel on an expired passport from Venezuela. But if you can, get her a new passport. Okay, get her a 10-year passport. It may take 6 months to do it, but I recommend it. Oh, Marcos. Okay, so I understand. So your fiance is from Venezuela and she lives in Saint Martin. Saint Martin. Okay. I believe that Saint Martin that belongs to the Netherlands. I believe that country is part of the Netherlands. I'm going to investigate that for you. If she lives in Saint Martin, Marcos, I'm correct. Man, I'm pat myself on the back. I got it. Okay, so if Saint Martin, right? There's no U.S. embassy in Saint Martin. It belongs to the Netherlands. I believe it's Curacao. Your Venezuelan fiance will have her visa interview in Curacao. Curacao. You understand? That's part of the Netherlands. You got it? I'm 100% sure that's where it's going to be. So your fiance is from Venezuela, living in Saint Martin. Saint Martin is a part of the Netherlands, and the U.S. embassy is in Curacao because there's no embassy on Saint Martin. Yes, but she doesn't speak English. Will they have translators? They will have translators. Yes, Marcos. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Okay. If your fiance doesn't speak English, they will speak Spanish to her. Okay. Karina knows a few words in English. Karina knows a few words. She knows, like, how are you? I love you. This food is good. She's learning. It's difficult. English is a hard language, guys. It's a difficult language to learn. Woo! I'm serious. It's difficult. Think of the different spellings that mean the same thing. If you learned English, if you can speak English and you are a foreign national, I salute you because it's a hard language. Marcos Rocha, thank you so much. No problem. Yeah, Marcos. And give my best wishes to your fiance from Venezuela. And we're happy for her to be in St. Martin. And you're correct. There is no embassy. There's no U.S. embassy in St. Martin. So she will have her interview in Curacao. Okay? You got it? I'm 100% correct on this one. I've learned a lot since running this channel for you guys. And it's your channel. Come on, guys. Oh, Jacqueline, how did you and Karina meet? Tell us your love story. We met, okay. Well, first of all, we met online. Karina and I were chatting with each other online, okay. And then that only lasted probably a day. So we swapped phone numbers, WhatsApp. We started chatting to each other in WhatsApp, doing the video chats in WhatsApp. So I talked with her, let's see, for about let me see here. I got to make sure I get this right. I chatted with her for like 5 months in WhatsApp. And then I said, hey, let me come visit you in Colombia. And so I bought a plane ticket. She said, oh, you really serious? You're going to come visit me? I said, yeah, absolutely. You're a fantastic person. So I flew to Bogota, Colombia, El Dorado International Airport during COVID. I wasn't scared of COVID. I wasn't afraid of that. I mean, but, I had my mask on and Karina had her mask on. And the first time we met each other face to face was at El Dorado International Airport. And she had a little apartment in Bogota, and it was like there was no space for me. Well, there was, but there wasn't. So I upgraded her to a big apartment, like a penthouse suite, 4 floors up. And I bought this closet for her clothes because in the other apartment it was so small. So I bought this big closet in Bogota for her clothes and my clothes. And you know, I didn't think that before flights up, we live on the 4th floor of this apartment complex, and the stairs are very narrow. It's a very narrow. I got to walk up 4 flights of stairs with groceries in my hand. And I bought this brand new closet, and the guy delivered it, and it wouldn't fit up the stairs. It wouldn't fit up the stairs. Diego had a stupid attack, so I had to disassemble this closet on the stairwell in our apartment, and people were trying to get to their apartment, going up and down. Perdón, disculpe-me, lo siento, and I got a screwdriver taking this closet apart, and then I had to haul the closet upstairs to the 4th floor into our bedroom and put it back together again. But we first met each other face to face at the airport, and then we lived together. I was supposed to go. I stayed at the hotel Regina in Bogota. I had booked a hotel there for 17 days. At the hotel, I was going to stay at the hotel, and then I helped move Karina to a bigger apartment. And then Karina asked me to stay longer. So when my hotel stay expired, I extended my ticket. Instead of leaving after 17 days in Colombia, I stayed for 5 weeks. So I called my boss up in Florida and said, hey, man, I'm in Colombia still. You're going to just have to hold my job open for me. He said, okay, no problem. And then I flew back to the United States, and I just couldn't stand to be away from Karina. I couldn't bear it anymore. I couldn't do it. So I told my boss, I said, hey, look, dude, I'm flying I got to go back to Colombia to be with my beautiful future bride here. I love this woman to death. And he said, okay, no problem. So I flew back to Colombia and stayed in Colombia in our new apartment for 5 months. I was in Colombia for 5 months. Well, it was 3 months. Then you had to leave and then come back. So visa timed out. So I said, okay, I may as well just relocate to Colombia and wait for this visa to get approved. Because I flew back to the United States again on the second trip, filed her K-1 visa back in April of 2022. And then I flew right back to Colombia again and stayed with her for, 10 months? Because I got a visa from the Colombian government. Well, my visa was expiring, and I really didn't feel like I could stay in Colombia any longer. I had to get myself back to work because my income was going this way when I need my income to be going this way for the face-to-face visa interview. So I was getting a little concerned that my income was dropping. So I returned back to the USA, and here I am, but now back to work. Working my tail off, trying to get this income back up so immigration don't have a heart attack. Let's see. So don't worry, Marcos. You don't need to worry about the translator, okay? Okay, Grace Oweye. Grace from Lagos, Nigeria. K-1 visa interview in Lagos. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's in Lagos. Denise, Diego, do you know of any instances where the interview pointed out the age difference? No, the immigration officer's not that rude. Okay, they're not going to point it out. They're not that rude. It's none of their business. You love somebody, you have a relationship, and that's your business. You're good. Your relationship is real. You have all the evidence backing it up. You've been together for a long time. You got a couple of flights back and forth to the beneficiary's home country. You got all the boarding passes and the photos. You've met the family. You've met the friends. You've met everybody in the village or the town or the city. You're good. Denise, did it come up with your first beneficiary? No. When my first beneficiary went to her visa interview, okay, they asked her, where are you going to live in Florida? I think they asked her, what's the color of my car? They asked her, what was the name of my brother? They asked her, let me think here. It was just personal questions that only she would know if she was in a relationship with me. And she answered all the questions 100%. Boom, 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 boom. In Spanish, because she didn't speak English either. And she got her visa. Boom, we got married. It didn't work out. Okay, life continues, guys. We press onward. And now Karina is my vida. Numero uno. Per eternidad. Denise, thanks. Okay, Jason Mabry. So my fiance's second letter of intent has to be in her native language, Thai, although she speaks English. Jason, if you're okay, let me clarify that, guys. If your beneficiary speaks English fluently, you do not have to write. She does not have to write, or he does not have to write the letter of intent to get married, number one or number two, in his or her language. If Karina could speak fluent English and could conduct her visa interview at the embassy in Bogota in English, her letter of intent to get married would have been in English. It would have saved me a bunch of time and money if she could do that. But if your beneficiary does not speak English, zero English, other than ABC 1, 2, 3, she or he has to write her letter of intent or his letter of intent to get married in his or her native language, and it has to be translated into English by a certified translator. But if your beneficiary speaks, like lots of people from the Philippines, our beautiful friends in the Philippines, we love our Filipino friends. Everybody in the Philippines, pretty much in the younger generation, especially age like, I would know, from birth up to, let's say, around 40 or 50 years old, they all speak fluent English. And some speak, and everybody speaks Tagalog, or in Cebu, they have their own dialect. But everybody in the Philippines speaks English, so they write their letter of his intent to get married in English. It's good. Fatuma, thank you. No problem. Jason, you got it? If your fiancée speaks English and she lives in Thailand, she can write her letter of intent to get married in English. Daniel Ward, I sent mine and my fiance's package in last month. Good. I've been divorced twice. Okay, no problem. But only sent in the divorce decree from the last marriage that ended 25 years ago. The first one ended over 30 years ago. Well, you're going to need both divorce decrees. You might get an RFE, Daniel, on asking for your second divorce decree. Okay, will it cause a problem? No, it's not going to cause a problem, but you got to prove that your second divorce and your first divorce are terminated. So with final divorce decrees, you will need to get certified copies of your both divorce decrees. Okay, excuse me if that was offensive to anybody, it's just two. Okay, you have to get both divorce decrees. If you didn't include it in your K1 visa package, don't worry, relax. Immigration will ask you for it more than likely in an RFE. In fact, they probably will. So my advice to you is this, Daniel. Get right now, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, go find out where that divorce decree is sitting in an office somewhere and get a certified copy and get it ready for that RFE. So when the RFE comes in asking for your second divorce decree, you're going to have it at your house, certified, stamped, certified, ready to go. Every page. If it's 20 pages, you mail in 20 pages, okay? You got it, Daniel? You're going to need that one. You're going to need it. Trust me, okay? You will need the divorce decrees. 1 divorce decree or 5. You're going to need to include every one of them. So tomorrow you need to find it and get it. Find out where it's got to be in a government office somewhere, in a courthouse somewhere, wherever it is, they'll have a copy of it and get it. Certified. Fatuma Abdo, Diego, are they speeding up? They are speeding up. They, as in USCIS. Embassies are trying to, and MVC is trying to. But USCIS most definitely has speeded up. They're 12, 13 month turnaround. And by January of 2024, it's going to be a 6 to 8 month turnaround. So if you're in the middle of a K1 visa package and you're deciding whether you should submit it or not right now, I would say wait till November. Make another trip to see your beneficiary, get more evidence, more boarding passes, more photos. Submit it November. Julian Allo, I have one question. I'm Congolese, okay, legal resident in Uganda. Okay, fantastic. You're a refugee. Well, I'm sorry you have to leave your country. But the problem is we lose everything back, especially in the birth certificate because of the war. What will I do? Okay, you're going to have to get a letter from your family members testifying to when you were born. Your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, if they have to be older than you, okay? Did you go to a church in your country in the Congo? Did you have a church there? Get the person who ran the church to write a letter to testify in an affidavit when you were born on this day, this place, this time, if they know it. But get family members to write letters of affidavit testifying under oath that this is when you were born. And immigration will accept those kind of letters, okay? But you got to write it, and you got to write a reason why you can't get it. So don't worry. I understand things are difficult in the Congo, and you're now in Uganda, but get letters from people in the Congo or friends that live with you who evacuated with you to Uganda, okay? Daniel Ward, thanks. So there is no way to send follow-up paperwork once the original package has been sent. No, Daniel, once you sent your K-1 visa package to USCIS, forget about it. Now you wait for the RFE, or you might get lucky and they don't catch it, and they send it to the MVC. The MVC sends it to the embassy, but the embassy officer is going to ask you for both divorce decrees, two, certified. So get them. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to get an RFE. They're going to send you a letter. Daniel, where's your second divorce decree? Please send it so we can continue processing your visa. If you send it after the fact, they'll just throw it in the trash. They don't have time to dig through thousands and thousands of visas packages and then find a spot to put it. They don't have time. USCIS don't have time to do that. Jason, will proof of me financially supporting my fiance strengthen our case for the interview? Oh, absolutely. Western Union receipts. I send Karina money once a month to, help cover food and stuff. I keep all the Western Union receipts, and I get a text message from Western Union saying that the message was that the money was picked up or the money was sent. And that date stamps it. And I print the text messages too, because they're going to the visa interview. And you're going to need to keep that documentation for when you adjust status also. James Holmes, hi Diego, I'm going to see my fiance in June. Fantastic. I have completed an I-134 financial support document. No, don't waste your time doing that because it's going to change. The date's going to change, my friend. No. James, fill out your I-134 when you get your NOA-2 letter, okay? And then FedEx it to her, UPS it, DHL it, or get on a plane and fly back to her country with it, okay? Do not send her that I-134. It will expire. And even if she backdates it, it's going to be an expired form with an expired backdate. You're going to need to fill out the form that is dated edition date like in August of 2023 or September. Wait for that form, okay? Daniel Ward, you're a wealth of information. It's greatly appreciated. Daniel, glad to help you. And I'm going to save your visa package from your little error, okay? You'll be good. I need for you to get your divorce decrees. Just get both of them new over again. Get them new. Get them certified. Have them sitting on your bedstand in your house so that when you get the RFE, you're ready to go. You got it? You're not gonna be denied your visa because you forgot something. Okay? James, thanks, Diego. No problem, James. Denise Jefferson. Hey, Denise. Diego, once Karina gets her interview, can you list exactly what you will ensure she has in her hand? Will you list what she has? Yeah, it's easy. I've made a video about it, Denise, but I'll go over it with you probably Wednesday because I've been chatting for almost an hour and a half here, guys. And I know you guys probably want to go get something to do and have some fun on your weekend. Julian, thank you so much. No problem. Julian, I have many questions. Don't be tired of me. Julian, I never get tired of you, okay? I will answer your questions. Or even when you get in the United States of America and you have questions about how to adjust the status, how to get your green card, I will never abandon you guys, and I will continue to answer all your questions. But right now, I am going to go and get a drink of water, and I'm going to go sit in the garden and do my Spanish test. I'm learning Spanish. Every day I learn a new word or words because I got to learn Spanish. If Karina's going to learn English, I'm going to learn Spanish. Okay, Denise. Okay, Francois Livingston. Now, can you file the I-134 online? No, you cannot. You can only file the I-134 online if you are a sponsor for an asylum seeker from Haiti, from Nicaragua, from Venezuela. An asylum seeker is an I-134A. You can file online for that. But you're applying for a K-1 visa, which is an I-134. It has to be printed on a computer, filled out on a computer, or with black ink. It must be signed in black ink, and it must be handed to the immigration officer at the U.S. Embassy in your beneficiary's country with your W-2s, tax transcripts, 1099s, etc. You got it? Vanessa Robles, quick question. Can you provide us with a blank DS-160 so can we see what it looks like? Vanessa, I made a video on how to fill out a DS-160, and I included every single page of the DS-160 in the video. If you are a subscriber, you don't have to subscribe, but if you are, it's easier to find the videos. Page down through the videos, page down and look for DS-160 process. Watch the video, and you're going to see page by page by page by page how to fill out the DS-160. And with that, guys, I'm going to check out of here until Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Time. To the folks, to all you wonderful people that gave super chats, you are greatly appreciated. I will always be gratitude to you, and I will give some of that money to the orphanage in Colombia. And we'll see you Wednesday, guys, okay?